I got this question from Alana Illustrate. She says, do you have any advice for people going into the field of massage therapy? I do. Here's my top 5 pieces of advice for anybody getting into massage therapy. This will help you understand how to stay long in the field, make more money, enjoy your time, find your passion, get private clients, and actually not burn out within the first 3 to 5 years, which 80% of massage therapists do, which is a damn shame because this profession can offer so much. I'm talking about you can make a full-time living working 10 hours a week, meeting amazing people, healing the world, studying and being able to study plant medicine, energy work, tai chi, qigong, yoga. You can bring to the table any of your health skills and your personality. Your personality can be such a healing thing for people. Just being yourself, just having positivity, just caring about people. A lot of people just want to feel that like they're cared for, and that when you're there, you're touching them, they just feel that visceral, warm embrace that another human being cares for them. It's much simpler of a profession than you think. A lot of people think it's, you gotta get fancy with these techniques, you gotta be so analytical, have all the knowledge. There's a time and a place for that. But that's for if you're working with particular medical issues, and for the broad swath of people. Even Ida Rolf, legendary Rolfer, created a whole field called Rolfing. She even admits your intention, your presence, and how you're doing it makes the biggest difference. And so I'd say tip number 1 is, when you're going into this career, I don't want you to overpay. Let's just start brass tacks, really practical. I had a friend, Marita. She paid $40,000 for a 1-year education. And on her first day, she's massaging this guy and realizes, oh my God, I actually don't like touching people. So she's $40,000 in debt. Don't be like Marita. First of all, I paid $2,500 for my entire 7-month MT program. That got me my license. It was an amazing program, so shop around. You know, in life, I always am amazed how people don't shop around. Maybe they shop around for like a vacuum cleaner or some dumb crap like that. But then when it comes to their school, their future, who they're gonna actually date, what doctor they're gonna see, what kind of food that they eat, things that determine the quality of your life, people aren't researching, people aren't shopping around, people aren't doing due diligence. And it's just like, wow, you're throwing away your life. So when it comes to school, research the top 10 schools in your area. Make a little Excel spreadsheet. You can actually ask ChatGPT. It'll take you a minute. Ask ChatGPT, make me a list of 10 different massage schools within 40 miles of my address. Make a chart. Tell me all the prices, the pros, the cons, the cohort size, and give me a link to their website and their phone number. Boom. That way you can do a analysis and make an informed decision. And also you can tell ChatGPT, tell me the average price to go through massage therapy school in my area. You know, there's a lot of options in my area, and I chose not the cheapest, but I chose the balance of the most affordable and the best education I can get. So just take the time, go to the websites, give them a call, and before you go and actually enroll, for God's sake, go to an open house, meet the teachers, vibe it out, and trust your instincts. You're gonna spend a long time in school. You know, mine was a 700+ hour program, and so you gotta trust the teachers. You're gonna be spending a lot of time with these teachers. You know, are the teachers practicing? Why or why not? How long have they been practicing? Do you like their personality? Trust me, you have to vibe with the teachers. And so that's how you make a good decision. So make sure you get the right school, the right education. Don't go into debt. One of the most beautiful things about this profession is that Unlike many other professions, you're not going 60, 70, 100, 200, $300,000 into debt. Just ate an orange. You know, I wanted to be a chiropractor. That's $200K a lot of times. Acupuncturist, $60K. Nurse, $60 to $70K. Doctor, $250K. Massage therapist, $2.5K. So it's a wonderful decision that can give you an amazing career. Number two, I would say, you gotta not overwork. You gotta not overwork. A lot of people say self-care and all that stuff. Yeah, but that's secondary to, you can't self-care yourself out of overworking. If you're overworking, you're toast. So I say, every week, I'd say don't do more than 15 to 20 sessions. It's going to depend on everybody. Some people have, like, you know, the vitality of a god. They can do more than 20 a week. I'm telling you, know your limit and go well below it. I'd say initially, look at this as like a supplemental income. Live below your means. Don't put yourself into such financial pressure that you need to work and make so much money every single month. You know, my number 3 tip is learn how to get private clients so that you can keep all the money, work less hours, pick and choose who to work with. Vital. And so they both go hand in hand. So number 2, don't work too much. Well, there's a mixture of, number 1, don't be in a position where you need the money so desperately. And number 2, know your limits. All right. So number 3, you gotta know how to get private clients. It's easier than you think. All you gotta do is be able to connect with your clients, okay? So I recommend working at a stretch zone or some kind of spa where you can tell people about yourself, where you can be social, where you can talk to people. A lot of the problem comes when people in massage don't know their clients. You don't talk to them. You don't ask them about their family, their work, their history, where they went to school, what kind of sports that they like. They just come in, you're in a quiet room, you just massage them, and then they leave. So a lot of the time, you know, my style has always been, I love my clients. I want to talk to my clients. I want to get to know them. You know, Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Just be interested in them. Ask them a lot of questions. Get them talking about what they like. Get them talking about themselves. And that way you're going to have a personal connection with them. It's easier than you think to get private clients. Then, basically, whenever you leave, or it'll come up, they're going to ask you, hey, do you go to people's houses? It always comes up. If they like you, they connect with you, they're comfortable with you, they're naturally just going to ask that, hey, do you go to people's houses? And then boom, you have a private client. You just got paid to get a private client. It's the easiest business in the world. And then you're not getting paid 50% of what they paid, you're getting paid 100%. So let's say they're paying $150 at the spa that you work at. Tell them it's $175 to go to their house because you got to travel and pay for gas and insurance. I would even say $200. You mark it up like 25%. So it's easier than you think. So that's why I recommend going to work at a stretch zone, a stretch lab, someplace where you can talk to them, be a trainer, get your hands on people, love them, get to know them, let them know a little bit about you, tell them stories, help them, provide value, have a specialty. That's another it's another great tip, is have a specialty. If you have a specialty, that's probably my number 4. We're just here in good little guys, looking for some swag. But you know, what else would I say? So I'll wrap up number 3 right there. I'm saying getting private clients is way easier than you think. Don't overthink it. You can watch my other videos where I recommend you go and you find a country club, you find a spa, and you just talk to the manager, you set up free demos, just talk to people. You're selling cake. You're selling cake. I'm telling you, it's so easy to sell. People love it. People will love you. Just care about them. It's so much easier than you think. So that's number 3. Number 4, guys, we do have to talk about self-care. We definitely still have to talk about self-care. Because even if you're not working too much, you can still neglect self-care. I really like this. This is cool. I need a cart. You can still neglect self-care. I'm getting a little bit distracted, so I'm going to pay more attention to us. You still got to pay attention to self-care. So that includes nutrition. I'd say nutrition is probably the number one thing that people don't have on point. That and sleep. You know, it's going to definitely depend on you. Everybody slips up in their own particular weak spot. Now I can focus more. Yeah, for me, it was eating the wrong food combinations and eating right before clients. So you have to really pay attention to what's really happening in your body, in your mind, so that you can actually be a good therapist and bring your best to the table, literally. So that's why self-care is so important. You know, if you're having social issues, family issues, isolation or loneliness issues, talk to a pastor, get a counselor, get a psychologist. You know, you gotta get that on point, or else people are gonna feel that emptiness. They're gonna feel that neediness. They're gonna feel that from you as a person. So even just as a human being, not even as a therapist, it's just good to take care of yourself. So just know what you need and seek help, seek guidance, seek mentorship, read books, talk to friends, listen to podcasts, and practice like it's a sport. Practice filling your cup like it's a sport. You know, maybe for you, it's getting more social. Look, karate, thinking about doing more Tai Chi and karate. Maybe it's joining a yoga class. Maybe it's going to church. Maybe it's playing a musical instrument, going to drum circles. Do what you need to do to fill up yourself. So for me, that was always paying attention to not being a loner, paying attention to my nutrition, learning more about Ayurveda nutrition, learning more about social skills, learning more about how to lead with value, how to not be insecure, how to just be chill and just vibe out with people, how to just relax and be authentic. That was something that I really had to deal with. I really had to learn. And so it really helps to have a mentor, a psychologist, a counselor. Highly recommend. You need a mentor in everything in life. So I'd include have a mentor in this one where it's like self-care. A lot of people don't understand the power of self-care and mentorship, of having a tribe, a team. You know, the rule of 33 is that you should spend 33% of your time with people who are above your level, 33% of your time with people who are on your level, and 33% of your time with people who are below your level, so that you can mentor and teach them. That way you're getting a good balance of everything that you need. Tai Lopez talks about that a lot. And mentorship. So make sure you have a mentor in whatever area is important to you, whether that's a massage business, whether that's massage technique, whether that's someone who can mentor you in terms of your personal growth, your spiritual health, how your life is going overall as a person. What about wealth? Do you understand wealth? Have a mentor there. All right, so take care of yourself. Number 4. Number 5, I say be very meditative and aware throughout your day of how every single thing that you do impacts you. Awareness, observation, meditativeness. It's not just when you sit down to meditate. It's understanding how everything in your life impacts you, so you can show up as a better healer, so you can show up as a better person, a better friend, a better boyfriend, a better girlfriend, a better therapist, a better brother, sister, son, daughter, wife, husband. So meditation really just teaches you how to be the mad scientist, the observer of your life, the Sherlock Holmes, so that you could understand, this show is making me feel a little bit catty or a little bit aggressive. Watching too much Game of Thrones, that's what it did to me. Made me feel a little bit Machiavellian, a little bit selfish, a little bit aggressive, a little bit on edge, a little bit power hungry. And so understanding what everything does to you. Certain friends are going to be more judgmental, aggressive, sexually perverted. People influence you more than anything, right? Being around people, I call it like your friend food. It's like you're eating the energy of your friends. They're literally feeding you energy, and it's impacting you just as much as bad food. So if you're hanging around junk people, then it's like you're eating junk food. You can't prevent that energy from influencing you. People who are judgmental, critical of you, don't believe in you, laugh at you, ditch them. Ditch them fast. Ditch them fast. Be around people who believe in you, who laugh with you, who aren't petty, who aren't catty, who aren't jealous. Get away from those people who hold a record of wrongs, who are judgmental. Get away. So you gotta be very observative and understand everything impacts you. Just start paying more and more attention. Even run more experiments. Run more experiments on the diet that you eat. How soon you should eat before a session. I recommend having an hour spaced rest before your session after you eat. Don't eat right before a session. See how it impacts you. Experiment with what you're eating. Like I just ate fruit only 3 oranges. It's an experiment. I'm constantly doing experiments. You have to constantly run different experiments and observe and be the Sherlock Holmes of your life. And you're going to find this is the only way that you can take control and actually master your life. This is the only way. You have to understand what the impact of everything has on you. How much vitamin D am I getting every day? How much time in the sun am I spending? How much meat am I eating? How much dairy am I eating? What kind of food combinations am I eating? What kind of information am I listening to? All 5 senses. Think about it. How much sex am I having? How much sex am I not having? How much porn am I watching? How much semen retention have I been doing? You gotta look at everything, every single aspect of your 5 senses. Look into it and experiment. How much sleep am I getting? Am I taking a nap? Figure yourself out. This is part of knowing yourself. What about how many dreams am I thinking about? How many ambitions am I thinking about? What kind of hope and plans am I making? Am I hopeful, or am I like in scarcity mode? How much self-care am I doing? How many steps am I taking every day? Am I doing too much exercise, too little exercise? What kind of exercise should I be doing? How many times a week resistance training should I be doing? And this can all change. You're a constant variable. You'll always need less or more, and it's up to you to just be in touch with that. So that's why meditation helps, and that's why yoga has been the key for me to understanding myself, rebalance my life, and start becoming more and more efficient at everything that I'm doing, instead of being fatigued and frustrated and fucked. I had to figure it out by first looking inside, becoming observative. All right, so I'm gonna wrap this video up. I want to go back and do some thrift shopping before I go see my dad. He's in the hospital, so I'm gonna leave you guys with that. I want to help you guys with a 7-day cleanse to kickstart everything that we're talking about here. The number one thing that I always talk about when it comes to being more resilient in your body and in your mind, I always talk about first become healthy in your body, next, your mind will become calm. So that's why I always tell people, start with a cleanse. Start detoxing your body. It'll help detox your mind. It'll help you get more energy and clarity so that you can use that to start implementing everything that we're talking about. A lot of times you just feel worn down. You don't have the energy to improve your life. Well, start by boosting your energy by cleansing your physical body. That's why I put together this 7-day cleanse. Super, super, super duper simple. You just take the right herbs, take the right oils, and it cleans out your system. It breaks down that barrier in your intestines, all that crap and all that gunk that's sitting in your intestines, making you feel heavy and depressed and not bright and not vital and not inspired, and it's giving you the acne. Break all that crap down, flush it out. That's what this program will teach you how to do. It's so simple. And then after that, all the nutrients can easily transport into your body because you broke down that Berlin Wall that was separating your gut from your blood. And so now you can absorb nutrients better. So get rid of that nastiness that's inside you. 10 to 20 pounds of nastiness, of fecal matter just fermenting and rotting in people. All the disgusting things that people have eaten over the years, all that builds up, and that affects your mind too. And so this is part of yoga, is detoxification. So I want you guys to get that for free. Just get it below, and in 7 days, you can start feeling the energetic differences. And after that, you can start experimenting with juice fasting and understanding how to detox in even deeper ways. And I have a lot more to share with you in terms of yoga postures, yoga asanas, different breathing exercises that all increase your energy and help detox and strengthen your body. So, as always, we're talking about the physical, the mental, the energetic, and the practical day-to-day. All what yogis really, really focus on, so that we can all just become more exuberant life and bring healing to the world, because God knows everybody needs it. We need it, our families need it. We're the billboards, we're the Jedis in this world. We're helping people accomplish their dreams, but it all starts with health. It all starts with us. So love you guys very much. Gonna get in there, do some thrift shopping. Hope you're having an amazing day. Hope you're living according to your dreams, and I'll see you next time.